What it do, y'all? Oh, wait, shit. What's today's date? It is
The
11th.
May 11th. May the 11th. No, it's May the 4th. I was going to say May the 4th be with you.
May the 11th.
But that was last week. That still counts.
Stop it. That shit will fuck up the whole Star Wars.
Can we take anything serious? Can we take
Nah,
anything
we're not
serious?
supposed.
Not here.
Not here.
Yeah, we're not here.
But what's going on, y'all? It is your boy Joe. Oh wait, that's not where I do this. Oh shit,
Bruh.
yeah. Well, we got some stuff to talk about today.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Finally, got some news out of the owner, so we'll talk about that. We'll talk about our feelings. People are upset about other people reporting stuff. Some feelings on this. We'll talk about that. This, that, and the third. Oh, and Jeff's back. Pinstripe strong.
Jeff is back. Jeep.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Here we go now.
Drop the beat now.
Do it. Yeah, do it. My name is Jeff.
Mobile just sent me this solar wireless battery pack.
Oh
I'm
shit!
excited. Let's see
Oh
what's
my
inside.
god!
You got a commercial?
So that's
sorry,
so that's
guys.
how we're
What's
that's how we're
going on,
going
yo?
in.
Turn the TV off. What is
crazy.
this?
Bro,
That's
what's going on?
this is how we're
Your
going
commercial?
into the
This is
episode. Listening
wild.
to a commercial.
Yes.
Because that's how we're doing, man. We don't take shit serious here, man.
Yeah. Absolutely not.
We don't.
Welcome to the Pinstripe Strong podcast. It is your boy Joe's McFly, joined here by my two co-hosts to my right.
My name is Keith, and that's
Left.
Chris.
You
No, this
said
is
it.
Chris.
This
Your
is-
boy Keith as well.
Yes. Yeah, you could. Also, brother Jeff,
Jeff?
has joined us
The
once
young
more
god.
to finally produce it. He is somewhere down in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, so you could give him a high five and say what up to Jeff.
Well, low five, because he's
Guess who's back? Back again.
number 103.
Jeff's back. Pinstripe Strong podcast, finally together once more, once again.
That's a legendary song. That
Man,
song
always gives,
right
it
there
gives
is
himself the
legendary.
great intro. For me, it's just like, all right, whatever, Joe. What, figure it out.
A commercial brought you
A
in.
commercial and shit.
A random commercial brought Joe in. How you guys doing? How you guys doing?
Doing good. It's a relief to have Jeff back because now I get to just focus on speaking to you guys. Before I'm like sweating over here, like with the soundboard and talking, like, oh shit, should I do
Too much
this?
pressure.
It's like, oh shit. And then I'm trying to update the shit. Like somebody was saying, hey, can somebody update the can somebody update the subject? I was like, oh shit, that was the first subject we talked about. Oh, it's like mad shit going on. Because we talk about this, of course, while we're recording this right now. You probably listen to it on the car. You're like, what the hell? Not the car, but maybe on a podcast app, and you're like, what the hell are you guys talking about? But this is what we're talking about. We're live
Baseball.
actually on YouTube right now.
Yes, we are.
And it's a nice little show we like to do. But this is also brought to you by JomboyMedia. JomboyMedia. Make sure you do follow us, JomboyMedia, at on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Zoom. I don't know. Everything. Make sure you guys follow
Merchandise
yes,
too. We got some merch.
out there. Follow me
Okay.
at Joe's McFly. Follow Chris
McFly 28.
and follow Keith, even though he says he don't want you to follow him right now, but follow Keith.
Too much to ask of people during this tough time. Like, yo,
That's a
it's
long username,
pandemic.
Keith.
You don't have to follow me during the pandemic.
Yeah,
When we
keep
get back
it
to
smart though.
regular
Keep it smart.
That's a
Keep it
long
smart.
ass username. But
Nah, keep it smart because all the stubborn motherfuckers gonna be. You know what? Fuck Keith. I'm gonna follow him.
Yeah, fuck Keith. You know what? I'm gonna follow you.
right, reverse psychology.
2 million subscribers later. It's like, yeah, we're following him in spite of him. And then he's like, all right, guys, so I'm back. And then it's like, all right, nah, I'm following.
I'm good. I've reached the amount of followers I think I'm good at. It doesn't really do anything if I get a couple more.
It'll help. It'll help. Why not?
I mean, I'm cool with thousands more, but I'm not tripping if I lose a couple or go backwards.
Yeah.
I think we need to move Lonzo.
Every time Every time I share my opinions on whether we should have a universal DH or not, I lose a couple. Zing, that is a good transition, no?
I see you fighting that fight, and I stay out of the ring on that one.
Nah, bro, I'm gonna let these guys know. What's up, man. I'm not hiding.
Who was it that brought up? Because I keep seeing it like all over. Like somebody brought up Baumgartner and they try to bring up his stats.
Bro,
you know what? We'll talk about that, man. We'll talk about it because that's all part of the proposal, which is
the DH discussion. I'm tired of having that one. Like I'm tired of having LeBron versus MJ.
Oh god, we got a lot of stuff to talk about in this one. We even got a little after podcast where we just talk about like some music and shit and 6ix9ine and the.
No,
nah. You trying to get us hit,
man? Listen,
on the other end of this pod.
I would not
trying to get us hit.
I would not speak on that man on live. I would not speak on that man live. But we on the after pod, I'll share my thoughts.
Put us on a list. I don't know anything about that dude.
Yo, I'm gonna call you. And you're gonna say nice things about me. I bet. No,
he's locked up.
It's crazy, yeah. Nah, man. But where you guys want to start? You guys want to start baseball, or you guys want to start Yankees? I mean, it is a Yankee podcast.
Let's do This is a Yankee podcast. Let's not forget about that. This is a Yankee podcast.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah. So
but we have some injury updates from the man himself, Boone, because Boone says.
This
is Boone says. Brought to you by JomboyMedia.
Oh, I got his. You want me to play his audio? I got his audio.
Okay, play it.
Oh man, Christian's
like, yeah, that's.
What's the audio from?
It's from like the radio and shit. He talked about
MLB radio.
Talking about the injuries.
MLB Network Radio.
Yeah, he said everybody's good except Judge.
All right, let's see. Are you ready for the sound? You know what? Why are
obviously, everyone kind of mentions that silver lining with us. And I think that's very much true. Giancarlo wasn't going to be able to start the season on time with us. He's doing really well and should be good to go whenever we get ready to go back. James Paxton, who is going to be probably ready in about mid-May, is on that timeline. He's already thrown 5 or 6 bullpens. I think he actually threw a sim game yesterday to a couple guys where he is. So, and his rehab has gone really, really well. You got Aaron Hicks, who's obviously coming back from Tommy John surgery. He's doing really well. He's already doing soft toss from both sides of the plate and throwing out to 90 plus feet. So he's trending in a really good direction. And then Aaron Judge, he's due for another CT scan, I believe, in a couple more weeks. So this time down has allowed that rib, that bone, to hopefully continue to heal. All signs are encouraging there, and hopefully this time down allows that rib to heal properly and hopefully have him part of all this as well.
Okay. And
stubborn as rib,
yeah. It's yeah. But you know what? From what you guys heard there with Boone, right, came people saying, or Brendan Cuddy actually had come out with a do I hear echo?
Yeah. No.
Echo? Anyway, no. Brendan Cuddy actually comes out and he comes out with a article saying his thing has not healed yet. Right? So his rib has not healed yet. When that's not what Boone said. Guys, the segment's called Boone said. All right, Boone said. Yeah. We have to
don't start making it up.
Yeah, let's not take, let's not do something different here. Boone said, right?
Yeah.
We heard what Boone said. Where in that did Boone say his rib has not healed?
No, he said
he
expected him to be able to do some stuff with us.
He came out.
Yeah, he's gonna get a second CT scan. You know what I mean?
But this is just to see where it is. He said, this is the title. Yankees Aaron Judge cracked rib still isn't healed. So the way it makes you seem is like, yo, is fucking setback? Like, what's going on? Like the way it's worded, right?
Right. He been bench pressing during the quarantine.
Why would he word that shit like that?
Yeah, man, it's all about the wording, man. But that was trash. That was trash. Obviously, we all could hear. We all have ears. We all could hear what Boone is saying about Judge and everybody else. So
the segment's called Boone Said.
I mean, the thing is that with today, it's so easy to just get the information. Like, if you're gonna write something, you're gonna take the time to write an article, whatever have you. It's so easy to debunk that, and just
more for clicks than anything else. That's what it
felt
like.
Internet, right?
Exactly.
What's gonna get my retweets popping, my replies up? What's gonna get people excited? What's gonna make a hater hate? What's gonna make a Yankee fan sick? Let me go for the click.
I mean, look, somebody tweeted out that Mariano Rivera, he's like top 5 or something like that. I'm like, come on, man. People just want to want to say shit. They just want to say shit just to say shit. B. I just kept scrolling. B. I'm like, come on, man. I'm not even gonna start.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the Yankee news. Right? There's nothing else, right?
Well, I mean, we got stuff to talk about in there. So Hicks progressing pretty nicely.
Oh yeah.
They said Giancarlo is. It sounds to me, and they're saying Paxton. He sounded like with the way that, because you could tell, like, guys, you gotta listen. It's all about Boone said, right? So when Boone says things, sometimes he says things without saying them, and sometimes he says things and he doesn't say anything, right? So in this part, you could tell when he's talking about, he talks about everybody, letting them know, hey, you know what? Specifically, Giancarlo and
Hicks.
No, not Hicks. Paxton. You could tell that his voice changes. He says Paxton's
like they're good.
Really? Like it's like the way that he made it sound is like Paxton could pitch a complete game tomorrow. Like the way that he talked, right?
From what he's seen, I'm sure.
Obviously, no name, no mention of Domingo Germán, as that is not an injury, that is a suspension, as I'm here to remind people.
Yeah, he's out for the.
They said Paxton's pitching simulated games. Giancarlo magically healed up when opening day online happened, and it wasn't real opening day.
He dropped like a funny ass, like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, that shit was funny as hell.
That shit was cringy, bro.
Nah, that shit was like, funny as hell, bro. When he had like the fake teeth and
the Cinco de Mayo shit.
Oh, he was tweaking.
Yeah, that shit was funny as hell.
Yo, this dude been in the crib too long,
bro. That just, you know what that is? That shit to me is like, bro, I'm tired of being quarantined, bro.
Losing it.
I'm losing it.
You losing control, B. Like this is so
like,
much.
Yo, Giancarlo, who asked for this? Nobody requested this video.
Yeah, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna be against him having fun, but
I am.
Keith is like, nah, man, I want you having fun. Nah, bro, I don't want you doing nothing.
It's like, yo, I know, yo, Stan's.
Nah, like
Stan's having a kid, yo. Everybody got kids, man.
Come on. He is having a kid?
No, I'm just saying. Like, yo, Stan's about to, he's about to have you be a father. I don't care. Everybody's a father, man.
Nah, I'm not like that. It's just like, it's like he owes us, bro. He owes us hella games. When somebody owes you money and you see him out having a good time, you're like, yo, don't you owe me something? Don't you owe me something?
Yeah, bro, I hate asking.
I see Giancarlo having a good time with the Snapchat filters. I'm like, yo, I don't want to see you until it's time to play.
Go shopping and shit, shopping sprees.
I tell you can shop.
Fridge full of food and shit. Like, yo, bro, like it's my $100, man. Like, yo, bro, I hate asking for money, man. Like, if money, I hate asking for money. Like,
yo, you just gave me.
You're gonna make me ask you?
I don't even do it anymore. If I'm gonna loan you money, it's money that I don't want, or that I'm not attached to. It's money that I don't care about. Like,
you know what? Let me borrow $10,
you
but
can keep that. You can keep that because I'm not finna chase you around for it. And there's certain numbers like I'm not loaning anybody like $200. Like, no, I'll learn my lesson.
There's a minimum in which I'll ask. But like if it's like $20-$30, like whatever. Yeah. But if it's like 300, 400, it's like, yo, fuck, come on,
like,
man.
Wait, for what? What is it? We need some paperwork signed for this because I ain't got time to chase you around and you start ducking me. Then we fall into a pandemic and you still got my $200 and I can't find you even if I try.
Are you supposed to be home?
To this day.
To this day.
To this day.
I'm pulling up with the mask on, knocking on the window, like, hey, yo, I know you got my money in there.
My man's like,
oh shit.
It's like I know you home.
They're like, yo, I got you when my stimulus check hit. Like, what do you mean? I loaned you that money in 2018.
Say, bro, that check hit already, B. Like, what you talking about?
What the fuck, babe? I'm excited. I'm excited to hear about this injury. Obviously, any news obviously is good. And when it comes to that, I'm
surprised he didn't talk about Severino though. I'm a little surprised.
I was surprised about
online braiding his hair or his girl's hair rather.
Glaber braided.
Oh, you're talking about braiding. Talking about braiding, yeah. Glaber got braided.
Glaber braided got his own cornrows braided up. But I'm talking about the video that went viral of Sevy and his wife. He was like. Looked like he was twisting her hair. She got the baby bump on display. I'm like, man, good for him. Good for him.
No, but it's good. It's good to hear like good news about these guys, man. Especially Judge.
Yes,
you know,
which this is what this was supposed to be. That's why I got so. And you know what? Credit to Dan Rourke on Twitter. I'm gonna shout him out. He's cool and all that shit. So he makes some cool.
Yeah,
videos.
What up, Dan?
And he was going after Brendan Cuddy like crazy, bro. He's like, yo, this is supposed to be a good report. Why are you trying to make this shit seem like it's like a bad report right here with this Aaron Judge stuff? And then he tried to use like a technicality to say, well, you're going for a CT scan. That means it's not fully healed yet. He's like, nah, bro. Like they're checking the fully
schedule.
Yeah, they're just scheduling the CT to see where it's at. You know, like don't try to like play these words here, bro. Like.
And you can't just decide that it's fine because you're feeling good. You gotta get that shit checked out.
Yeah, so pissed me off.
Judge is gonna play, bro. Judge is too competitive. Like they're gonna go get this CT scan and then they're gonna update us. And when it's time to play, which is in 2 months from now, like Judge is gonna be out there. He's not gonna wait.
2 months. I think if it's progressing, if it's good, I think 2 months.
We didn't talk about the Trevor Plouffe thing, right? In the last one. We didn't talk about the Trevor Plouffe bomb.
No, we didn't.
No, because that happened.
Last episode we recorded on Sunday night, and Plouffe dropped that bomb on Monday.
Good, so we could transition into baseball news now.
Yeah,
yes, we can.
Trevor Plouffe, and Trevor Plouffe, who is you guys don't know, in case you guys don't know, he is with JomboyMedia.
JomboyMedia,
and of course, he's on the Talking Baseball podcast with the boys, Jomboy, El Jomboy. And El Jake the Snake Roberts. Nah, that's not.
He's on AEW. Jake the Snake
He's on AEW. Talking Jake. So they're out there. They do Talking Baseball, and he dropped a bomb on Twitter, and he said, "Do you have the exact tweet, Keith?"
Yeah, I do have it somewhere actually.
I think it's in here somewhere.
I thought we put it. I thought we put that in chat.
I think we did.
I think we.
Shit! Oh my god, the pressure's
that
on.
Tweet. Yeah, hey, that's perfect. Let's see. I can get to it.
Oh my god, shit! Man. I'm so nervous right now.
You got Netflix on Jeopardy.
Shit.
You got the.
Jeff,
all right, you ready for it?
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
We're ready.
The tweet reads, "Want some good baseball news? ? I just heard from multiple sources that on June 10th, spring training 2 will start. July 1st will be opening day, and all teams will be playing at their home ballparks. We'll be discussing it on full on the next at Talking Baseball." Now, that was May 4th. Drop the drama king. Drop the funk master flex night.
After that happens, tweet goes viral, goes crazy. People are like, oh shit, what's going on? Phil Hughes comes out and says, I second this tweet. So some funny tweets come out of that, and then of course there's, you know, not to be named and whatnot, but then some people are like, they're Cassius, you know, throw salt. You know what I mean? Because I don't know what it is, but
the baseball community is full of crabs. Like
weird,
when they talk about
bro.
the crabs in the bucket, like the crabs in the bucket mentality is there's a bucket and it's filled with crabs at the bottom, and they can't get out because as soon as one starts to get up, the other crabs start pulling them down. That is the baseball community. As soon as somebody's got some good news, as soon as somebody's got any news, there's hella crabs like, no, you're wrong. No, this is fake news. No, you don't know
that's
that.
what they got to see. They got to see another reputable reporter saying can confirm. If they don't see that, then
why would Trevor Plouffe is not a reporter? He's not a blogger. He's a former player. Why would he do that? Like he wouldn't. He's not out here for clicks and
right.
It's just it looks crazy.
That's what I told him.
It just looks bad.
I was like, you guys on the internet are the worst. I'm like, this dude is rich. This dude does not have to be on the internet playing games with you.
Yeah. Exactly. He doesn't have to be breaking news or, you know, what happened.
No, you know what? He got enough. Like, all right, so he's connected. He stopped playing a year ago. He was with the Phillies like a year or two ago. Yeah. But he's connected to all the players still. When you're in the show for 10 years, you meet everybody. So think about all the people you've texted and talked to during this pandemic quarantine. He's talking to all the players every week.
The reporters are looking at Trevor Plouffe like, they took her job.
They're looking at him like, hey, you stole our news. That's
like,
our job.
Stop. You didn't even know.
Hey.
You motherfuckers didn't even know.
I hope this isn't right because you stole it.
It ain't gotta be.
Oh, it's right. You were first.
It ain't gotta be like that, boy. Just don't be.
Nah.
Stop being a dickhead.
Just relax, bro. Like you just like you want some other shit, be like just relax. Like, you know what I mean? I get it. People just, you know, it almost feels like some people just love shooting down other people online. And this is not only like reporters and whatnot. This is like people in like Twitter in general, bro. Like you say something and automatically somebody wants to just come out with the opposite and be like, nah, like, I'm gonna fight you, motherfucker. You disgraced my family's honor. It's like, yo, relax. Be like,
it's like, yo, I really like this song. No, that song was trash.
Bro, I was
that's how these kids made the internet. That's the behavior of the internet.
Listen, I'm just saying I like oranges. No, that means you don't like apples. I didn't say that. I just said I like oranges. Be like, what are you saying?
What you mean you like oranges?
Like, oh shit, orange is stupid. You know, and ugly.
Like you like cuties or you like regular oranges?
No, man.
Well, I think regular oranges is better than cuties. So you were talking about cuties. You don't know what you're talking about.
Them shits is tangerines, B. Them shits is tangerines.
Mandarin oranges?
Nah, but they and then somebody comes out. Yo, but they organic? Oh shit. Okay. You talk organic now. Organic? You got organic money. All right.
No, grapes are better than oranges.
Oh yeah, here you go.
Oh, well, if you knew anything about oranges, you'd know it's worth buying the organic ones.
Get up out of here.
Blocked.
Somebody said you brought this honor to my dojo.
Report.
Nah, so yeah, man. So obviously it snowballed into a lot of shit, and obviously it started coming out that Trevor was right.
Well, not yet. We're not gonna say anything yet, right? We know.
I mean,
we know.
So far, no one can say he's wrong.
But nobody says that he's trending wrong. How about that? Let's use the word trending.
Right.
So we're gonna have a Trevor Plouffe. We're going to have on the Pinstripe Strong podcast is going to call the Trevor Trend Meter. All right. So where is the TT trending? Where is the TT going? Right. So Trevor trending. TTM, Trevor Trending Meter. All right. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Jeff, can you pull that up right now on the. Jeff was like, well, what? He just looked at me like, bro, I just said,
like, wait. Yeah, it has to be like a meter with his face.
Jeff is laughing.
What?
Like, yo, you didn't email me no Trevor meter.
It's like, yeah, so we'll get the Trevor meter going. I don't know. We'll figure it out how, one way we could do it, but whatever. So, baseball news. So that was a long way of saying that we got some baseball news.
The Trevor trending meter.
Trevor's trending correctly.
Yeah, so far, you want to talk about since we're talking about baseball, one of the news that came out earlier in the week was the MLB draft. Is that still happening?
Oh,
I seen something that's not happening, right?
Oh, yeah.
I seen something that's not happening.
So MLB draft, they basically had a proposal, and I put that on the Yankee chat. So you'd have to look for it in the Yankee chat. But it's basically that the draft, they wanted to do some shit and decrease it, and the players are like, yo, what the fuck? I'm not doing that. What the hell? What? Like, it's, to me, I'm just thinking, like, why are you, I looked at the proposal, I'm like, why are we doing, what does the proposal, what does the draft have to do with, like, not being able to play? Like, you could just go out there and just call people's name, can you? But I guess I started thinking about it after, and it's like, where are these guys going to go after you draft them kind of thing? Like, there's no real minor league going on or instructional league or nothing, so.
It can wait.
It can, but I'm just like, what's going on? World Baseball Classic, King Breezy just reminded me, was canceled or postponed. So, thoughts?
The 2021, so 2021 is canceled. So I don't know if they're gonna like do it the following year or just wait 4 years.
2023, I think they're pushing it too.
Yeah. I think that's the best. I think that would be the best thing, just to make sure that everything.
Because I was telling people in the beginning of this, bro, like this thing is gonna have long-lasting effects. If it cancels one thing, it's like a butterfly effect. Like there's more things down the line that need to cancel.
It's pushing other.
In one of the MLB articles, they wrote that the All-Star game wasn't canceled yet, and I'm like, well, they might as well cancel that.
He said, "All right, the season starts next week. All-Star."
If you go 4 for 4,
postponed All-Star game, like what? It should be postponed already.
Yeah,
there's no way they're gonna have the All-Star game in LA now. Who would be in the game? People from last year? just postpone it now.
The Marco. Now that could work. I mean, like imagine like the final. Bro, 40 games in the season.
You know what? Let's talk about can we talk about the proposal?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about
we could talk about that proposal.
Following up Trevor Plouffe's breaking news of some type of plan.
Yeah.
Fast forward a week later, we have now a proposal.
Yep. Got a proposal now.
MLB owners reportedly approved proposal for 2020 season, and that will be sent to the MLBPA for the players to decide.
Hello there.
And happy to hear that. Very happy to hear that. And so you're looking at that. Did you see the proposed things that they talked about?
What they were going to do?
They said 50-50. They
everything
said we're going to go Dutch. They said, you take this side, we'll take this side. Okay?
Now they're saying that the season would start around the 4th of July weekend in ballpark without fans. Early, and they say that early to mid-June for the spring training. And the teams will play about 82 regular season games against opponents in its own division, plus interleague matchups limited to AL East versus NL East, AL Central versus NL Central, AL West versus NL West. Now, the All-Star game will likely be called off under the proposal.
Oh, shit.
So that's what it says.
Well, yeah.
Now, as far as salary goes, we'll propose that
play for a week, and they're gonna pick the All-Stars off that 1 week.
The hottest players. We'll propose the players that receive the percentage. We'll propose that players receive the percentage of their 2020 salaries based on a 50-50 split of revenues MLB receives during the regular season and postseason.
What you mean, 50-50?
Now it says
MLB's like,
first
we
reported
prenup. We want prenup. Yeah.
Now, the Athletics' Evan Drellich first reported on May 7th that MLB owners plan to ask players to further reduce their pay, perhaps via a revenue sharing system.
No, sir.
And it keeps going here. NBC Sports reported there will be a war between the two sides if such an offer is presented. MLB and the union previously reached a financial agreement in March that called for prorated pay for the players based on the number of games played.
Another one.
Yeah, this is fucking crazy, B. Now they're talking about possible salary cap that could come out of this.
That's the players' fears, but I mean, there's other things that were proposed. Like, let's kind of sprinkle on the other things that were proposed as well, and then we'll come back and we'll kind of break some of these things down. Right. First thing is that I seen expanding the playoffs to 14 teams. Right. They talked about that, adding an extra wild card round, whatever that is.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Two more teams.
We need more details on that, I think. But
two more teams per side.
Two more teams.
Excuse me.
And there was a proposal that will be in there for universal DH.
Joe is excited.
It was
been a long time coming.
Joe is excited.
And there's nothing you jokers could do about it.
Very happy about that right now.
Tell you the truth, when the DH leave here, he's gone, Jack.
Yo, bro, just
bro, imagine the jobs. This shit adds.
A-Rod back. Watch. They bring the DH back. A-Rod can fit in there.
Bro,
30 teams. Somebody might hit
universal DH. Bro, you know, it's funny, Keith. It's like they were listening to the podcast, like, you know what? This realignment stuff, huh? That Joe's talking about? Hey, you know what? This universal DH stuff, huh? I'm with that.
Be on to something.
They don't even have a beard and then going like this. Like,
yeah, they're like, huh? No, they definitely got a beard now.
Listening to Josie McFly. Pinstripes are strong, and he's got some good ideas.
Said, huh?
If you listened last week, he was talking about realignment. Now he's on this DH thing. The guy, you know, he's on to something. He's kind of got some points.
Oh yeah,
Mortimer. Yo, but the universal DH, that means that the NL teams could, if they want, if they wish to, they could basically just use it or not.
Basically,
I mean, it's not like the magic genie in a bottle.
Universal DH, basically, everybody has like DH, and it's just
there should be no wishes granted. It's you like we're all rocking with the DH. None of these pitchers need to have to hit.
No, but you know some NL teams are gonna be stubborn to change,
of course,
and it's probably gonna take a season or two.
Well, come on, they're only doing it. They're doing it for this season.
Cologne and go deep.
We'll unbox all that shit. Then there's that. So there's the universal DH, which I feel like we should lead off with, and then there's the expanding the rosters from 28 to from 26 to 30
to 30,
and then carrying what is it, a 20-man taxi squad?
20-man taxi squad. Yep.
Did I miss anything from that proposal?
I don't think you did. We got the universal DH, expanding the roster, taxi squad.
Play the Astros a bunch of times.
And that's just the division realignment, I guess, like the AL and the teams it consists of.
Listen, the players the only thing that the players are really focusing on right now, and they're gonna get that proposal and then take a look at it, and it's like, come on, but you know the players, they were looking at it like, I'm not
going.
Yeah, to me, it was like they're looking at it like, nah, I'm not gonna accept that shit, like that 50-50 split. Like that's not happening, bro. That's just another way of doing salary cap. What was it that Tony Clark said? His quote? I think you said.
Tony Clark. I think I sent you a screenshot. Well, Union Chief Tony Clark expressed general opposition to the MLB plan in comments to Ken Rosenthal and Evan Drellich of The Athletic. He argues that tying pay to revenue, as the team side intends to propose, effectively constitutes the imposition of a salary cap. So basically he's saying as soon as these 30 teams, these 30 owners come together and say that, hey, it's half, that puts a cap on it. That puts a hard line on it.
Yeah.
It's half. Like no matter what it is, It's 50-50. We're going Dutch on it. And that's kind of whack. But all right, it goes on to say the MLBPA has long fought against efforts to impose a salary cap. Clark accuses the league of trying to take advantage of a global health crisis to get what they failed to achieve in the past. From Clark's perspective, the focus shouldn't be on salaries too much as finding a way for us to get safely back on the field. So now that goes into the health component.
Yeah.
And everybody that's seen me, and I've been laying low on the baseball talk because I don't have the energy to go back and forth with random like anonymous gray accounts on Twitter or like Yankee Dynasty. It's got like Gleyber Torres with a Jedi nightstick in his hand. Lightsaber, excuse me.
Keith is pretty funny on Twitter with some people.
It's like, yo, these heads, I'm like, who are you, bro? Like, I have my real face and real name. I can't go back and forth with you. But the players, man, like it's gonna come down to really two things: the money and then the health, right? The money right now, the players looking at this and they're like, it's May 11th, try again. We'll try again later this week. I can do better than that. We're not really jumping out of our $3 million houses to go play for half. And then also the health. These guys are they're not running to do anything quickly. There's risk out there, and like nobody wants to catch this. And even if they're young guys that can beat the virus, there are older people in baseball. I would say more so than any other sport. There's a lot of older people in baseball, and coaches, hitting coaches, general managers, like front office people. I don't know. I think we've got a little bit of ways to go, but I said to someone recently, I said, yo, not believing it and get us very far. So now it's time for everybody to believe. And if everybody believes it, like they'll find a way to figure it out.
To touch on that, what Keith just said, Lindsay Adler tweeted earlier. Just a reminder that if baseball returns, it won't just be healthy, athletic 27-year-old players. It's coaches, support staff, a wide range of people who may be especially vulnerable to COVID. A lot of people will be exposing themselves to risk if baseball returns.
Right. All we think about is the players. These players are soldiers. Like they're ready to go at a moment's command. Baseball time, go. But it's not gonna work like that.
They're not machines. They're people too, man. They're people too.
They're rich people, and they're like very well connected, and they know what's up. And they're gonna make sure this is right. And guys like Tony Clark, I see people on Twitter coming at Tony Clark's neck. I'm like, what do you think he's supposed to do as the union?
He represents the players.
He represents all the players. He ain't even the money. He's not playing. He's supposed to represent all the players.
Right. Tony Clark looked at that and just looked at the whole proposal and shit like that, and he just wasn't with it, bro. He
probably threw it in his fireplace.
Get the shit out of here.
Yeah. Here's another quote. Well, not a quote, but here's another part of the article that I had screenshot because it stood out to me. It says, MLB, Major League Baseball, the only major sport without a salary cap, has shared its postseason revenues with players. MLB provides financial data with the union, but does not share details of any of their TV deals. They're sketchy.
Listen,
the proposal was initially shared with owners on Thursday, revised Friday with owners on their executive committee, and was voted on Monday, today, according to two of the people. The proposal is expected to be submitted by the union Monday evening. So this is already in, but now rumor mill has started, and people like Tony Clark can say stuff. And we live in the social media age where, like, as soon as these things hit social media, we get instant responses and reactions. And I don't know. MLB is crooked, bro. Like,
congratulations, you played yourself.
You know what they're trying to do? I don't know. I can't say what they're trying to do, but it's a cold game. These game over.
So, all right, look, the proposal as a whole, right? We got to look at that before I guess we break it down. Proposal as a whole, number one, is just the first proposal. Every single thing between these guys is a back and forth, all right? And then they'll come together. And so this is just the first proposal. That's number one. So if the players reject it, don't feel like whatever. Because I heard on the radio today, it's like, oh, man, you know, and this is what, all right. The way people look at it is kind of warped to me, bro. Like, they always take the side of the owner for some reason, bro, in these kind of talks, right? I understand that we're talking about a lot of money, and you know, because you hear it a lot for the players. Oh, Mike Trout makes X amount. Oh, Garrett Cole makes X amount. Oh, this player, Major League Minimum is X amount. And you think as the normal person, wow, that's a lot of money, right? But somebody's paying that shit out, okay? And the guy paying that shit out is paying multiple people that amount of money, okay? So you need to understand that guy is good. His money, we can't even imagine. That's probably why it's almost like we can't even look at it, bro. Like, people, these people have billions upon billions of dollars, right? When it comes to money, right? So, but people end up siding with, I feel like in normal working environments, right? Like at our job, Chris, you know, we got a union job and whatnot, but like if we go on strike, the normal public, they'll look at it, oh, you guys are the working people. We side with your guys, not this greedy corporation, right? We're not going to side with the greedy corporation and whatnot, because that's how they look at it. They look at it as like just blue-collar workers. I know that it's different, and we're not going to call MLB players blue-collar workers, but they're people that work for their profession, and they're part of a union, right? So people got to understand, like, if the players are saying we don't want to set a precedence, you know, with something, then they understand that what's going to happen is, oh, you know what? They're open to sharing 50-50. Let's throw that in the next, because they obviously have been trying every single year to try to get some kind of salary cap in baseball. MLB Players Union, strongest union in the world, said, hell no, every single time. That's a deal breaker for them. They're not about to just introduce that now so that later on, that same thing can be used against them in a negotiation to say, and you got to understand, I know that MLB said, this is not about another negotiation and whatnot. They will use that shit in a negotiation.
Of course.
Right?
Of course.
They will use it.
You're not low, MLB. You're not low at all. You're not slick.
It will come back.
But like everybody in the world knows you're trying to set this up for the collective bargaining agreement. You guys have all of these lawn trusts. You have all of these freaking Zach Levines. All of these Randy Levines. Not Zach Levine. All of these Randy Levines in there. The dunk contest?
Exactly. All of these organizations. So I already know you guys ain't low, B. Like, they're like, yo, we're not gonna do 50-50 revenue because that's already a salary cap, bro. Like, if you cap us at 50%, we can't make more than that. So I think it says that it expires on the 31st of December 2021, the current agreement that they're in. So that's not something that they want to set a precedence for, because once you do that, then it's the same thing with everything. Like, you give a little, they're gonna try to take a little more, brother. That's it. That's the way it works.
I've said it on this podcast, and I hate to say it again. This shit is setting up for a lockout next year.
It's gonna end up going that way.
I literally said it before we started. I'm like, yo, there's high possibility shit ends in a fucking a strike.
Yeah.
So if they don't figure out how to come back and play this year, there might be a strike next year. Imagine going 2 years without baseball. Oh, I'm disgusted. I'm getting off the pod.
Like, I'm getting the fuck up out of here, B.
I'm disgusted with myself for even saying that. I'm going to bed.
Yo, but that shit is crazy. It's a possibility, because if they look at the proposal and that shit is offensive.
Yeah, and people are saying like, oh, if you guys are gonna squabble over just a couple of dollars, like, I'm not gonna be upset. But it's listen.
It's these random basement dwellers that live with their parents.
You
and
stupid. They're not. What's 9 plus 10? 21. You stupid.
Listen, it's just
21.
Relax, be like, these guys are trying. They're not only negotiating for this year, this agreement, they're negotiating for future also, which is why another thing with arbitration, and you could get into that too, which is why they don't want to pay people so much more money in arbitration, which is a sucky ass process anyway. But this is why they don't want to set a precedence. It's about setting the precedence. Once you set that, you can't go back, bro. It's like, we already did it. Why not?
We did it. Nah.
It's so unfair. It's like, yeah, these owners, like I might have to go look it up, like the net worth of all 30 owners.
I don't think you want to do that.
And then when you just like look at like what these players make, some of these players aren't making in Major League Baseball. Somebody like the Pittsburgh Pirates payroll, the Oakland A's payroll, like some of these smaller market teams, like they're not really making that much. Like hook these guys up.
Yeah.
Like if they come together in a quarantine and play Major League Baseball for the country, like there's a good chance that NBA does kind of not figure it out before MLB.
Yeah.
Just because some logistics with that, where like if MLB could be the, I don't know, 4th of July weekend, okay, we're getting back to some kind of normalcy. Major League Baseball is back. The ball is in their court, and I know that money is the root of all evil, and it's business first, baby. This is the first proposal. It's about this far apart from where they got to be, and then each proposal is just going to bring them
a little
like
closer,
and closer, and it's going to be like a final, like one side's got to give
until both sides are unhappy, and then they're like, okay, well, we're good to go.
Right.
But do this shit quick because
when Tony Clark received.
Yo, they got to be in spring training in a month. They got to be in spring training in a month.
Bro, that proof.
No more than a month and a half.
That's true.
That proof meter got to trend the right way, bro. We can't.
It really got to trend the right way. But when Tony Clark received that first proposal, my man's was like,
pardon me, young man, excuse the shit out of my goddamn French, but did you just threaten me?
Like, fam, like that shit was so disrespectful. Like that's a threat. It was a threat. That was a threat.
What do you guys think about the roster size? You guys have any problems with the roster size? I'm cool with it.
No, I love it.
Yeah, I'm cool with the roster size. I ain't got no beef.
We were gonna bump up to 26 this year. Yeah, now we bump up to 30. We are Yankee fans. A 30-man roster for the New York Yankees. Let's rock.
Let's rock.
Now, my question to you: who's the 4 that you would add?
Mike Ford is definitely making that club.
Oh yeah. Wait, you gotta understand also, we're gonna have people coming back that we didn't anticipate coming back. So we're gonna have people in there that's like, oh shit. So I gotta see who we start with, and then I'll be like, okay, because then Hicks might be an opening day roster type shit.
Hicks is definitely coming to spring training in a month.
You know, so you have Hicks, and then you probably Giancarlo's gonna be there, and then you also have
Mike Tauchman, Clint Frazier, Brett Gardner, all the outfielders.
And then there's a taxi squad, so everybody's just there chilling. Like
Tyler Wade makes
Wade.
It's like everybody makes it. It's like 50 people make the club, basically. Everybody makes it, and
because you got your taxi squad.
You got
the
whole taxi squad,
the Uber squad.
Yeah, which means on the next day, basically for that day, you set a 30-man roster and whatnot. I'm guessing you can't change around starting pitchers.
Gotta have more arms too, because this is gonna be different for these guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of pitchers. So we might see Clark Schmidt.
You might see Clark Schmidt.
Dare I say Davey?
You might see Davey.
Hey. You might see Severino. No, I'm just playing. I'm still because that Joe said that man with the way this shit is going, we might see Sevy. This shit was like 5 episodes ago.
You might see Sevy, bro.
You might see him. No, but I like the whole roster.
The roster thing is good. We talked about. What about the universal DH?
There's no argument here. There's it's one side and one side only.
Yeah,
I don't care to see Walker Buehler hit, and Walker Buehler doesn't care to hit either.
Walker Buehler came out with a tweet and he said, I didn't hit 200 in AA.
Yeah, talking about Jordan.
The fuck? I'm gonna be playing up here?
Nah, there was mad people saying, yo, you know how fucking hard it is to hit 200 in AA?
Which one?
Like, it's hard, B.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
shit, it's tough.
Listen,
they say that AA is the toughest division in the minor leagues. AA.
I'll say this. I put it out there, because most of the top talent, top prospects are there.
Are in AA, yeah.
You got in AAA, you have more of vets, so you get some veterans in there and stuff.
Yo, you know who we might see?
Who's that?
Herrera era.
No, he fell off a little bit toward.
Nah, he in there over Gittins.
Oh,
you can't be forgetting about Gittins.
Now that guy went cold, man. Herrera took over. Herrera took over, man. Like, that guy Gittins. He was young and getting it, but then he got old.
Young and getting
it. Shit is crazy.
Okay, so I put it out there. Hey, man, you know, whatever. This is great. Universal DH. And some people just came at my neck. Oh, we cannot. I'm a traditionalist. We cannot get rid of this. What are you crazy?
Sounds racist.
It's going to change the whole strategy of the game.
First of all.
Yeah, good.
The arguments for keeping pitchers hitting are so weak that I said, what's weaker, a pitcher hitting or the arguments to keep him hitting?
That was good.
Arguments.
that was good.
Because once in a while, these pitchers help themselves, and they do impact the game.
Yeah,
they do hit home runs, but it's once in a while. We're not in it for that this year. When there's 162 games, sure.
Bro, you know how frustrating it is to have a rally and then the fucking pitcher comes up. Like, you know,
bro, I get annoyed. I get annoyed at MLB The Show. I'm playing MLB The Show, and the pitcher comes up like, oh fuck, here we go again.
Yeah, that's us in interleague, yo.
Me up. Like, oh, inning's over,
bro. The worst.
That's us interleague going on the road in interleague. Like CC Sabathia is about to come up and hit. I'm like, nah.
Even if CC was coming up to hit, I'll be like, yo, I don't know. You know what I mean?
You know, I'd rather see Mike Talkman than CC Sabathia hit right in the ninth.
Betances has gotten the batter's box and he did the Gary Sheffield batting stance. Like, stop playing. Stop.
Bro, people are like, here's this one dude who says, I mean, listen to this. It makes it a challenge to not have a DH and force teams to use strategy more on the base paths and the box. I appreciate how tough it is. And I said, failing 7 times out of 10 isn't tough enough for you? I mean,
you tell me you did not just say that.
That's what I said. But baseball fans are the worst, yo. Like, yo, you need everything to be hard for these. Like, come on. It's 2020. We're trying to get some games in. You don't need everything to be challenging. Let's cut one corner.
Here goes another one. It takes, in my opinion, it's taking the professional out of professional baseball. Anyone else remember the Braves from the 90s? Not only were they dominant on the mound, but they could also hit. Somebody was like, guy, they had a 367 OPS. What are you talking about?
Yeah, like
bruh, like what are we saying here? Like,
it's bad. Like, it's not good for the game at all. It's bad. Like, back in the day, they used to play Iron Man football. Guys would go both ways. In high school football, you see guys play both ways. You get to NFL, they don't play both ways. You can't.
Yeah, here goes.
It's better for the game if they don't.
Here goes another one. This one's weird. A DH isn't a full baseball player. I'll die on this hill. Agree to disagree. I'm like, Chris, remember the opinion thing, right?
You're giving me flashbacks from me reading your tweets and not saying anything. I read your tweets and read the thread, and I just like, these people dumb as shit. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna just mind my business. I saw that and I'm like, is this dude serious?
Yo, Chris, back.
He hit send on that tweet.
Yeah, it's crazy. I said, tell Edgar Martinez and David Ortiz, they work hard on their craft. It's not easy to just sit around and just wait for at bats without being engaged defensively. I said a pitcher hitting isn't a full player because he doesn't spend much time working on his craft of hitting. How are you going to say this guy's it's one thing if you're going to tell me pitchers hitting, and I have no problem with you telling me I want the pitchers to hit, right? But if you want the pitchers to hit, the organization has to put forth that effort too. NL teams that don't want pitchers hitting all throughout their minor leagues don't have pitchers hitting, right? So you don't have pitchers hitting throughout your minor leagues. You decide to use the DH in your minor leagues. Okay. Then in spring training, where you're supposed to hone in on your skills, right? Maybe get these batters right. You use the DH. Why do you elect to use the DH then? So it's case in point for me, bro. Like, these NL teams basically don't want to do it. The reason that the NL teams don't want a DH has nothing to do with the product on the field, has to do with more money coming out of their pocket. They know that them having a DH means another freaking job that they have to pay a guy to play that position.
In my humble opinion, I think hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in professional sports. Like I think a lot of people agree with that. Like I've played sports at high school level and some college. Like you stepping in a batter's box in this day and age, you got guys touching 3 digits. You got those same guys throwing you off speed. Like it's one of the hardest things to do.
Nasty
stuff. For somebody to try and say to me a DH isn't a full baseball player, like stop. Actual baseball players treat full DHs like more full baseball players than pitchers.
Right.
The pitchers always get joked on. The pitchers keep the pitchers away from the position players. They're not the everyday players. The DH gets hella respect. And you threw out Edgar Martinez, you threw out David Ortiz. Like Ortiz beat up a whole telephone because he was DHing that day, and the guy called balls and strikes and took strikes away from him. He had to destroy a whole telephone over that. You're gonna tell Ortiz he wasn't a real player in the game that day? And I'm gonna leave y'all with this: why Ohtani didn't go to the NL?
I don't know.
Because Ohtani wanted to pitch some games and DH some games.
Okay.
And instead of playing this whole National League DH game where it's like, oh yeah, I'll start this game and then I'll bat in the 9 hole. No, you ain't batting Ohtani in the 9 hole.
Does any American League? Does any other league have the pitchers batting, like in Japan, Mexico, and do they have pitchers batting?
I think that the National League is the only league in the world. I think that there's one Asian league that has the pitcher hitting. But
I was gonna say I've been watching the KBO. I can't say that. I think I did see a DH in the KBO though.
Yeah.
And then that's why. Like, what do you think Manny's going there to do? Manny could, I guess, play outfield, but nah, I think Manny's going over there to DH just to hit.
One of my
oh my god, listen to this argument against guys. This one hurt my brain. But AL rosters are built knowing there's a DH. If NL teams knew they would have signed different players and done different things, changing the rules after free agency is bullshit. First of all, there's no time period on free agency. Yasiel Puig is still out there, by the way. Number two, you telling me one of your bench bats, because NL teams have extra bench bats, can't DH? He can hit better than the pitcher?
See, but that's one of the things that the main reason as to why I universal DH. I don't know if you guys mentioned this because I froze in the middle of it, but the reason that I froze now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Hope you hear me. Listen, whatever, man. My internet is fucking trash.
Dial-up and shit. AOL.
No, Verizon hopefully soon is gonna be at my house pretty soon. You're gonna open up more slots, more jobs for motherfuckers that can't play the field anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like for 30 teams. I mean, 15 teams, right? Yeah. So you'll be able to open up more jobs for these guys that
more jobs. You know, that's a good one, Chris. You get more jobs available.
That are out there waiting. Like, yo, I mean, I can't catch a fly ball and hit. It's like, nah.
I think already got our careers. It'll extend careers, and players will make more money because then more teams will be competitive. For players that are getting older, I don't know, like a Pujols when he hit free agency. I know a lot of NL teams are like, we're not willing to go to that kind of money in years because we don't have a DH. Now, if all of them got a DH, then it's like, all right, you know what? Maybe we could sign this person and whatnot. I know the Mets. Some Met fans are telling me like, yes, universal DH. Yes.
They're like, no, right?
Because they could put Cespedes there and they could put could rotate that shit around. Like they're happy about that because of their current roster.
Oh, Cespedes and that.
Nobody that roots for a National League team should be rooting for the DH. I don't care
against
what you say.
Against you mean.
Right. Yeah. Like nobody should be rooting against the DH. If you're like, just because you root for the Pirates, you don't have to defend this. Like just because you root for the Phillies, you don't have to defend this. Like, stop.
Yeah, man, you're just adding an extra offense to your fucking lineup. Like everybody should be fucking pushing for this. But whatever. I mean, if there's people that's traditionalists and they like the tradition of baseball and whatever, okay, cool. But don't.
Some dude was trying to use the 2009 ALCS as a reason as to why we should have pitchers hitting, even though in the ALCS we had a DH. What are you saying? Idiot. He's like, yo, man, we had freaking sack bunts. We played the fundamentals. I'm like, yo, I didn't say you get rid of fundamentals. I said get rid of the pitchers hitting. I'm like,
it's two different things, man. Two different things.
It is.
You don't. I mean, listen, man. I hate interleague play because of that. I would love interleague play.
Chime Wong. This is the last thing I'll say on this. The last one.
Literally. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, we got JomboyMedia in the chat. Is that you, Keith, or is that Jim?
It's not me.
I don't know. But we have somebody said, yo, in 1906, a cardinal prince.
Stop. No, that's it. That's it. Nah, I don't want to hear anything else. I don't want to hear anything else from 114 years ago. All right?
I'm so sorry. Yo, I tried to keep a straight face while I said that. He said every member that should both field and bat. It's just my opinion, but it could be here we go. It's just my opinion, Chris. I said when baseball was first, this is the last thing that I'll say on this shit. I said when baseball was first made, if you fielded a fly ball on one bounce, it's an out. And I actually learned that from Laughs from the Past. And I said another thing, batters had the right to tell pitchers if they wanted the balls pitched to them high or low.
Hit him hard, hit him hard, hit him hard.
Imagine that being like, hey, Clover, pitch it up, huh? Let's go. Right down the middle.
Right? Judge being like, yeah, high fastball, please.
Sylvester.
No problem, Mr. Judge. Hit this one tomorrow.
Another thing, one side of the bat was allowed to be flat. And ground rule doubles used to be considered homers. Sometimes changes are made for the better. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll take a bow.
I'm a clap because
listen, man.
I don't want the picture hitting anymore. You trash, son. Thank you.
You imagine a ground roll double. Oh my god. And the Yankees are going to the World Series on a ground roll double. Nah, walk off for a ground roll double. Nah,
imagine fly balls dropping in and guys catching them on one hop, and they're like, "That's an out."
It's an out. Oh my god, baseball will be horrible right now.
I'll be out in center field with a suit and shit, dressed the same. You know how they used to dress back then and shit, freaking playing baseball, center field in the suit. So catching it up, I'll let that one bounce because I can. And catch it. Well, they didn't have gloves back then, so we got to give them.
No, they didn't. They didn't. They went after the game. They went to the saloon.
Right after that, hey, you guys want to go to the? It evolved from saloon to freaking a pub. No,
a pub
to a bar.
That shit is horrible.
Pinstripe podcast. We're seriously serious about not taking things too serious. And
after 1906, I stopped. I stopped listening.
I stopped listening. What else was in the proposal that we missed out on? I think we caught everything, right?
Yeah, we did.
I think we pretty much.
Yeah, we.
It's funny enough. I think what we.
I guess the teams. The teams.
Oh, the playoffs, right?
Oh yeah. Well, no, we covered the extra wild card.
We need more info on that.
14 teams.
When they say an extra wild card round, I assume they're going to add two teams to play against each other.
Yeah, because it's 10,
somebody else will get like a bye.
Yeah, originally it's 10 teams, but I don't think they broken down exactly what's going to happen in the playoffs. And if they did, I missed that article, but they didn't say anything.
Bro, they want it to be March Madness style selection Sunday. Choose your opponent. I'm telling you.
But people, but basically, even with this whole proposal thing, people once again came out and said against it. Oh well. This isn't going to happen and blah, blah, blah. And to me, it's like, if you're the reporter that's reporting it, it almost feels like the other reporters are like, nah, let's tear this guy down. Like you said, it almost feels like crabs in a bucket sometimes, B. It really does.
Yeah, because they don't want that person to get that shine. This is history.
Unless
they want to be the guy to break that Major League Baseball is coming back and be first to do it. And that's just with anything, especially in the culture of Twitter. Everyone wants to be first. They're more concerned with without being. They're more concerned with being right than being first.
There you go.
Being first, being right.
There you go. Yeah, that was that Denzel. He was like, yeah, you know, people, a lot more people want to be right, want to be first and be right, or be informative with the information.
Yeah, and that's why when someone like Trevor Plouffe comes out and he's first, and his stuff seems right, they're like, no way, this is fake. Nope, Keith Law's like, this is all incorrect. MLB hasn't confirmed. It's like, well,
there were people.
We've gone a week now, and no one can really say no.
Yep.
Yeah. Keith gets upset. People talk to him, and it's like try to argue points, and he's like, he can't even. I think somebody said some racist shit to him, and Keith was like, "Yo, accept my friend request." I bet he didn't accept it.
Oh yeah, nah. I mean, I'm so used to the internet. I'm on the internet. I grew up on the internet. Whenever someone says like racist stuff, I never get to really talk to them after the racist comment. I never get to really see their page. That's why I said going into 2020, one of my resolutions was to like not to engage with the anonymous, because look where it leads me. Right? You can say some racist shit to me, and I don't even know where to start with you. You got a picture of your dog as your photo. I don't like. I'm gonna roast your dog or something. Like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Fuck that beagle. All right, Keith is like,
that beagle.
Your dog face hella chunky. Your dog got a flappy face. His ears droopy as shit.
Who are you? Now that was some corny shit, man. That's when you know you hit a nerve. That's when you know you're right and you hit a fucking nerve, because these people want.
Bro, I was blazed that night, and I just was laughing to myself about how Glaber has cornrows and Judge has a fro. And I'm like, yo, these are the homies.
People that got upset.
These are
about
black
that.
dudes. I'm like, y'all see the melanin? Some of y'all can't relate to being able to cornrow your hair up or pick your fro out. I'm like, I can. These are my guys. These are the Yankees. I'm proud. Bro, they don't even want you to be proud to be black out here anymore. You can't even joke about it. You have somebody on your page saying racist shit. They got mad. You know which one cut them deep? I told them. I was like, listen, Jeter black too. Oh.
How dare you?
They say, I can't believe you said that Jeter's only half black. Jeter Pops was black, so Jeter is more
true.
Black.
This is true.
Sorry.
Judges half as well. You know what I mean? Like, gotta put
his
it
adopted Pops is white, but y'all know Judge black. Stop playing. And Glaber, someone really said to me, Glaber's Latin. I'm like, did you just use the word Latin? I'm like, you're a Yankee fan and you don't know exactly where Glaber Torres is from.
Latin.
And then of course they come back, they Google it, and then they're like, he's Venezuelan. He's definitely not black. I'm like, did I say Venezuelans were black?
Language that I don't know. I can't anymore.
He was wearing a black hairstyle. There's an affinity there. There's a look there. Like, you can't relate because you can't braid your hair up or pick your hair out, and that's okay. But don't be mad at me noticing that my favorite players, they leaning more to the dark side.
Guys, to the racists, knowledge is power, guys. Knowledge is power. You know, learn.
Nah, the kid that was going back and forth with me, he wasn't even a kid. He's an adult. I'm guessing he's over the age of 21. But the final blow was that I said to him, I was like, yo, get that hate out of your heart. You can't hide in real life. Like, in real life, you would never approach me. In real life, you would never be even close to me saying half the stuff that you said. You wouldn't even be in my we wouldn't have a conversation
at all. You just keep walking.
I told him, I was like, you could leave. And the last thing he said was Trump with an American flag emoji. I'm like, I'm done, bro. I'm done.
Yeah. Just like, ignorance. Just ignorance.
Racism's still alive. They just reconcealing it. I'm like, these white supremacists hiding behind the American flag. I'm done. The streets is done. They brought 6ix9ine back out. Streets is done. I gotta go, yo. I gotta go. It's past my bedtime. Now we're about to start the 6ix9ine talk.
Yeah, we'll get it on there. But some good stuff, man. At least we got some good news.
You're mad. You're mad. You're mad. I'm like, damn, this dude just dropped it. He's about to get hella streams. He got hella colors in the video. He said, aha, you're mad. And he turned into the rat emoji. I'm like, he didn't stop. I thought that someone in the court was going to say, hey, you're allowed out. We're going to let you go. But if we see you on Instagram doing any of the antics that you did, you'll be right back in here.
Right back in.
2 million Instagram streams, 2 million concurrent viewers. Tory Lanez thought he was doing something with 100,000.
And he is, but that's yo.
Right, he really is.
There's just
but
levels.
These kids are obsessed with 6ix9ine, and the game is fucked up. I'm like, yo, I can't. I can't.
It's
I'm
what it is.
I'm not from this era. I'm glad I'm washed, because when I see these kids, like there's kids on Twitter defending 6ix9ine. They're like, if someone beat you up, robbed you, had sex with your baby's mother, would you tell on their behalf, or would you snitch? I'm like, some 13-year-old kid in Iowa wrote this.
He actually reposted that, right? Like he put it on IG. He was like, yes or no. No, he said snitch, or I forgot what was the other shit. I'm like, oh man, this guy just
as soon as that video went out with 6ix9ine putting a hit on Chief Keef and them, talking about he had like 10 bands for it or whatever, like that's where you cross the line where it was like, oh, okay, you're really about that. Like, you're not, this isn't just some rap shenanigan. Like, you're really talking like that. So once you do that, you show the world, because it was on video. I seen the video. You show the world that you gangster 6ix9ine, that you're blood, that you Treyway and all that. Like, there is no flip flopping, and that's why I say the streets is done. The game is fucked up, because this dude was allowed to go tell on everybody, and get out,
and get out.
The streets is done. Let everybody out. Free them all, yo. And no, like this, I'm signing off on this point, yo. Where's Max B? And where's Bobby Shmurda? Y'all gonna let 6ix9ine out? Let them out before, like, what the fuck are we doing?
They should definitely let Bobby and Roddy out. They should let him out. Rowdy. Is it Rowdy?
Or Roddy too.
Well, Shmurda's supposed to come out at the end of the year.
No.
Brooklyn hip hop is bubbling. Like,
you said, nah.
Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. But
next year, not 200 something.
That sound is hard right now, and I think it fits the time. So
okay.
They need to let Bobby out. They don't let 6ix9ine.
When Bobby, when Bobby comes out hot
past my bedtime,
is gonna be number
one. I hit the melatonin.
Keith,
gotta do it. Just try to stay on some regimen out here. You can see my words is slowing down and slurring up. I gotta get rest, because then the sun come up at like 5:45, start peeking in my window, and I'm no good. I'm no good.
My G.
All right, y'all. You know, like I always say, keep them pinched.
You are the dog.
I'm out.
All right, G.
Oh man. All right. So Keith just bounced. All right. So
he was falling out.
Yeah. So guys, so that's all for this podcast. Got some music at the end over there talking 6ix9ine stuff. So some cool stuff. We'll see. Maybe get Jeffrey's opinion, the after pod, if he wants to do that. But guys, like I always say, guys, and make sure you guys follow us. Follow Keith at Keith _McPherson. Follow Chris
McFly 28.
Follow me at Joe's McFly. Follow Jeff at Young God Jeff on Twitter. And follow his Twitch too. You know, we play some games on there.
Oh, Jeff's on Twitch?
Yeah, Jeff's on Twitch. Jeff's on Twitch. I'm on Twitch as well. Follow me at Joe's McFly. Play some games. So be on there. We just talk shit and do all that. So follow me on.
I should get on Twitch too.
Yeah. All right.
I need a setup though.
Yeah, you do. But guys, like I always say, and thank you guys for joining in the chat. As always, thanks to my mods.
Pinstripe strong army.
Through. Make sure you guys keep your pinstripes on and stay pinstripe strong. Let's go Yankees! Tell them Noah.
Rest in peace.
What? All right. That was some good shit.
Nah, but
me too.
It just felt like there was like more news than what we had. for some reason.
Because
it was
bad
shit.
Stuff. I was trying to see, and we got into the 6ix9ine. So I was dead ass gonna cut it there. Then we see, I was like, ah, shit, here we go. I was trying to cut it there.
I really don't like. I really didn't want to get into it because there's so many moving parts to this shit. I have my old school OG beliefs, but
it's one thing to be, like I said, to be the Joker, which is what he wants to do. It's another thing to keep like trying to push people to do the same
your beliefs
thing, right?
I feel
that I don't agree with. If you want to come back and troll people, you know, because you're doing numbers and you're doing more numbers than them, and of course, you know, you're getting labeled the snitch because rightfully so, because right, Jeff? But
you snitched.
Yeah, you did. But these people, I mean, you're gonna get the whole industry just coming together here.
See, but this, and that's what I didn't like. It's just like, all right, B, you're doing numbers. You want to joke on people because it's like you came out, you snitched some motherfuckers trying to get you, and you did numbers. All right, cool. But now you're trying to push an agenda, and it's like, oh nah, snitching is cool, guys. Even if you snitch, you know, you come home, you make money, you got
do it. You
millions.
Do it.
Yeah, you should do it too, B.
How about you just don't do the crime? How about
just
that?
Don't do.
How about you don't do? If you're not ready to do that, right? And I'm not, you know, I'm not a guy that would be out there in the streets or do anything like that to be in a situation to be like that, right? So I'm just speaking from my perspective. But they, you know, people that I know that are in that situation, they'll be like, if you're not trying to be associated with that, right? Don't be in it. Like
at all.
As simple as that. Like,
and
bro,
even if you were so like everybody fucked up. Treyway fucked up. 6ix9ine fucked up. Like the reason I say they fucked up is because how many rappers that we know that hang out or are around that type of environment, that type of nucleus,
you gotta get away from
but
that.
you have
like Jay-Z.
But even
Jay-Z was originally, he was in that.
Yeah.
Right? And then what he did,
was a hustler.
He got out.
He was a hustler. No, but what I'm saying is I'm talking about in this case, who's the quote unquote OG? Or Treyway, they're the older guys, right? If you see somebody and he's trying to fuck with you and he's doing numbers and he's the rich guy, you know, somebody had to step up as, yo, we're gonna be doing our shit, whatever the fuck you doing, portraying in music what we doing, but you just keep doing music and you stay over there and you do whatever.
That's it.
Don't get into this bullshit. Just make the music. You know what I mean? And that's basically it. But he wanted to get involved in that. He wanted to get involved in that lifestyle. Ended up where he ended up, and that's why everything, and you know,
like I said, Hov did
resulted
that, man. So you ain't had to go.
Hopefully, you wouldn't have to go through that, and it's true, and it's true, but it's trash, man. Unfortunately, you know, growing up here, like in New York, I grew up around that type of shit, and I've seen what happens. I've seen what happens to people that are in it, the violence and all that extra shit.
Did you like the 6ix9ine song?
Hell yeah, that shit slaps.
You know, I did, and I did, and it's fucked up because anybody who says that they didn't listen to it, didn't like it, they lie.
I mean, he has over 100 million views. The guy knows what he's doing, right?
But it goes.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing when it comes to numbers, when it comes to using his audience to his advantage. He knows people are gonna click on his shit. He knows people are gonna listen to his music. Keep it at that.
The 6ix9ine right now, just sneaking around and
the rat
snitching on dudes.
I'm gonna call that motherfucker Jerry. Pinky and the brain. You know what I mean? Just
congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah, he really played himself, man. He really played himself. 40. I mean, Listen, there isn't anybody that you tell, yo, will you do 47 years right now in jail for shit that you did? And
nah, I'm good.
For, like, will you do 47 years for these motherfuckers? Nah, nobody, everybody's gonna say, no, I'm not gonna do 47 years. Like, all right, so what would, so my question is, would you do what 6ix9ine did? Like, would you go down that route, even if it means you're gonna make millions of dollars? Would you go down that route, or would you just keep it legal and do your own shit? Do what you're doing right now.
First of all, keep it legal all day.
Yeah.
Number two, if you do get in a situation, because he's saying, oh, people, they betrayed him and shit like that. All right, so you got your gripe is against those people, right? But don't, and you want to do that, you want to come out and make money or whatever. That's fine. But don't try to come out and encourage people, right, Jeff, to do this when not everybody's situation was yours, B. Like, not everybody had people like scheming behind their back and doing all. Sometimes he's basically encouraging people like, oh, if you get locked, you know what I mean? Regardless of the fact, just give them boys up. It's like, what are you talking about,
bro? I think he reposted a video of some guy talking about like, yo,
that's
I
that's
snitched.
the video. That's the video I'm talking about. That's
he was like, yeah, I snitched. I'm like, whoa, like, so this is the shit now. Like, this is the new trend, right? We're talking about trends. This is the new trend. Snitch.
Yeah, he's trying to trying to make it cool to do it. Like, don't do that. Don't do that now, because then it's like, don't do the crime. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time type shit.
That'll just get you hurt. That'll get you fucked up.
Yeah, like don't do that. You know what I mean?
But I'm looking at, they already, because obviously these kids these days, like you said, snitch, right? So these kids are recording these videos and 6ix9ine outside on his balcony, and he had to move, and then he had to move a second time. And it's like, bro, how long are you gonna be?
Yeah, like,
how long is it gonna be before you actually get tired of running? You know what I mean? Like, how long people around you are gonna be tired from running? Huh?
Long Island is only so much.
Exactly my point. Like, where else are you gonna go? Like, he has a team around him, right? And they were on camera too, and his girl, she was in the video. How long are they gonna be like, you know what? I can't live this fucking life, yo. I can't be house hopping every time one of these fucking kids want to be recording you. And you a colorful motherfucker. Everybody knows how you look, and you want to be a highlighter. You know what I mean? Like, he want to be more colorful. So it's just, eventually this lifestyle is going to get to him. It's cool now. Yeah, 2 million on IG, whatever million on YouTube, whatever million here and there.
He proves people wrong. He knows how to manipulate it, and he signed with Rock Nation. He knows how to manipulate, which is some people.
So that's accurate.
That's alleged. Some people allegedly. Yeah,
okay, all right, okay, allegedly. But some people are saying like, oh, how the hell could Jay-Z do this? He knows street code.
Money now.
Jay-Z about paper, bro. He's about paper. And
listen, nobody said Jay-Z's gonna come down and talk to this guy. He's gonna have people. He's gonna have people work with.
Yeah, he's gonna have a whole bunch of buffers.
Jay-Z will be the. Jay-Z could easily be like, "Yo, he's a fucking asshole. Don't touch him." That's the golden goose right now, bro.
Yeah, he could do that.
But if
you guys see what Meek said?
That's true. Yeah, but Meek backtracks. I don't really want to talk about Meek. Meek is always backtracking, man. I don't.
Yeah. Bro, that was weird. That was kind of weird.
That was so weird, man.
Don't talk like. All right, you could go out there. You can say what you say, but then he's gonna come out and say, "Oh, let's talk about." He talked about the money, and then it's like, bro, you really got the money, bro. Like, what are you doing, Meek? You don't gotta do this, Meek.
Bro,
you ain't gotta do this. Why are you doing
that? Daniel said, bro, you're a baby. Like, why you thinking? Why you on IG?
Nah, he's a troll, bro. This guy is,
bro. See, but that's what I'm saying. Why are you trying to troll sometimes you just gotta admit defeat. Sometimes
he's a
you
joker,
gotta understand.
Bro. He's a joker. I kept telling you that.
It's like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Call him a snitch? He's doing the B-Rabbit.
Yeah, he's doing the
You know what I mean? Like I'm dissing myself. I'm only myself a snitch. There's nothing that you can tell me is gonna hurt me. Yo, one of the greatest laughs ever. Yo, you imagine being Luke Skywalker and the fucking voice of the Joker?
That's
shit is amazing.
I mean, that those are my only thoughts on Daniel Hernandez, but I don't know if you guys have any other opinions on that, but
nah, I'm just listen, man. I'm not gonna be one.
Appreciate the Drake album. Appreciate the Drake album.
I'm not gonna be one of those guys who's like, oh no, I'm not gonna listen to this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even though I don't really fuck with his music like that, but it's undeniable. But I'm not gonna be here and say
that shit was pretty good, man.
But I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh nah, everybody should snitch.
He's so good with it, man. But
I'm not gonna say everybody should go snitch or everybody should be a snitch. Nah, man. You listen, man. Not everybody not everybody moves like Tekashi. Don't think that you're gonna be a snitch and then walk on Broadway in 157 and think motherfuckers ain't gonna catch you. Like just you know what I mean? You gotta be careful, B.
Yeah.
Don't go be a snitch because Daniel Hernandez says be a snitch.
Yeah, don't do it.
Gotta chill.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Please don't do it.
Oh, Bad Bunny dropped some music.
Oh, he did?
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Bad Bunny dropped some Lucy's. You know what I mean? He did the Drake.
Yeah.
He did the Drake. He dropped some shit. And then he dropped a fucking classic that I call it a classic already, Jeff. But he dropped a fucking classic with Nicky Jam acting like motherfuckers ain't gonna hear that shit. Like how you keep that shit in the tuck? I don't understand, man. But it's called Las que no iban a salir, the ones that weren't coming out. And that song with Nicky Jam is called Bad con Nicky. Like Bad with Nicky. That shit is a fucking classic. But he got some other people in there, Yandel, Jay Cortez, Sign the Lennox, you know what I mean? Just good shit. Just why, you know, classic shit.
Good stuff, bro. But you know, that's it for like the big music shit. Like
there's not much music.
Oh, Young Thug and Chris Brown dropped some heat too, man.
Oh,
that shit is fire. Yeah, that shit is fire.
I haven't heard anything yet, to be honest.
It's fire. I'm 5 tracks in.
I know it's fire because it's Chris Brown and Young Thug.
This actually is probably gonna make me a Young Thug fan. Probably. Possibly. Very possibly.
I'm a Young Thug fan from the beginning.
I know. I used to make fun of him.
Yo, listen to Rich Gang, the album.
I don't know. Now, see, this is why I backtrack on Young Thug, because you want to be adding all these extra shit. Like, let me just listen to the Chris Brown and Young Thug.
No. I'm just saying, like, you listen to that, that's fine. But when you get a chance to, I say that because that album came out in 2013.
The day it comes out. The day that it comes out and Chris is like, "Oh, I'm a Young Thug fan," Jeff is gonna be like,
"Gotcha, bitch!"
Right away.
Gotcha, bitch.
So, Caillou said, 6ix9ine, corny as a rapper. His music is ass. Now, you could say he's corny.
He's not a rapper. He just makes music.
He's not a rapper. You can't say he's a rapper. I'm not a rapper. Right?
He's an entertainer. He's an entertainer.
He's an entertainer. He is. He just knows how to manipulate meme culture, bro. Like he just knows, like, hey, like everybody right now wants to make a meme about something. You know, something funny.
You know what it is? He represents the new generation, like, I don't
like trolling.
Yeah, like
everybody trolls each other
now, like,
online.
There's a new generation of people who don't really of kids or younger than me that you gotta think about it. We're in 2020.
Snitching is terrible.
The ones born in 2000 and on, they're 20 now, and you gotta think about it.
Yeah,
they're in the internet. So.
See, but that's the thing. That's
what I'm saying. Yo, all of them, they just want to be viral. They just want to get that viral moment. They just want.
See, exactly my point. So, that's what it is. It's the viral generation. Everybody wants that. You know, that 5 seconds. It used to be the 5 minutes of fame.
But 6ix9ine is
14 minutes. What's it? 14 minutes or whatever something of fame. something minutes.
No, 15. The 15 minutes of fame now is like the 15 seconds of fame.
But 6,
you know what I mean?
6ix9ine knows how to do 15 seconds, and he knows how to continue to keep building on those 15. That's the thing. Like,
and see, and that's what,
because he used to have before he blew up, he used to have a Vine that went viral.
Oh yeah,
where it's basically like a girl twerking on the bed, and he just hits a pedigree on her. That's him.
Hey, you gotta show me that shit.
I gotta show you, but that's him, and it's like that went viral. That that's went viral on Vine or whatever. But it's just that you can kind of just see the essence of that dude,
See, but that he just knows. I keep saying it. He knows how to play to his crowd, and he has
his crowd.
Large crowd.
His crowd
is huge.
His shit hits though. Like I'm not gonna say.
And there's people, look at. Like
that stupid shit. Like I find myself like singing, even though if you look at the lyrics, it's like, come on, what does he say? You dumb. Like he's not saying shit, but it's fucking catchy.
It's catchy. It's like you dumb, stupid, or you dumb, huh? And then it's like, bro, you just said the same shit like 4 times.
But that's the New Yorker in him because he said, "Are you dumb, stupid, or you dumb?
Are you dumb?
Like, okay,
huh?"
Or he's saying, "Are you dumb, comma, stupid, or you're just so dumb that he has to repeat dumb again?"
But exactly, and it's fucking catchy.
Yeah, bro, just
shut up and take my money.
Thank you, Fry.
Thank you, Fry.
Doesn't care. Fry doesn't give a shit. He just takes that shit.
And it's catchy. I mean, I seen somebody tweet, "Yo." I think it was Ice Jeff on Twitter. He was like, "Yo, it sounds different in the car, B. Like it hits different in the car." I
haven't been in the car. That's the thing. I haven't really been in the car to listen to. I was in there with my mom.
Honestly, I'm kind of. I don't know who's gonna be. There's people gonna be blasting like, "I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I ain't snitch. That nigga snitch, but his music is I." Like, you know what I mean? Like this shit. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not gonna justify his shit. I'll bump his music, but I'm not gonna justify his shit. You clown.
For a second, it sounds like Meet the Mets.
Hey, could be the same thing. Hey,
OD. That's OD. Dude.
Could be the same thing.
Yeah, look, man, I feel bad for Mets fans,
but I think. All right, we could give 6ix9ine the dub for knowing how to come out and with the music, right? And knowing how to come out and properly troll people to then, 2 million on Instagram, 100 million in 3 days. Okay. He does get the L. You trash, son! Thank you. He gets that for then coming out and trying to get people to go to his side and say, "Oh, let's snitch. Let's all snitch." Oh, that's Jesse from Breaking Bad. Bitch. All right, there you go. Just Jesse, relax.
Relax.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
All right, but we cannot really say that about his music because it does slap. So I just
he's gonna get this one though.
What?
He's a clown. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. See, but that's the problem. Everybody cares. Yo, even the motherfuckers getting at him, like calling him a snitch. He was like, "All right, man, you giving me clicks, B." Like this chain right now is on your hate.
He said he's gonna change his name though, Chris.
To what, Kakashi? Kakashi Sensei.
I'm out of here. I'm out, man. Nah, I'm out, man.
All right, yo, just say bye to everybody. We're gonna hop off, and I'll see you guys later. That's how you end the fucking podcast. That's how you end the music portion of this shit. Let's go. That's how we do it. Thank you guys for sticking around in the chat. But we just talk about some stupid shit sometimes. So it is what it is. I'll see you guys later.
It doesn't hurt.
Good night, guys.
Peace. My G's. My G's.